In this video, we're going to look at the price movement of Bitcoin because yes, we saw the Bitcoin halving exactly here. And what did we see? Yes, we saw this absolute bottom phase towards the Bitcoin halving, and that is exactly what I predicted several weeks ago. Exactly here where the price movement sort of stumbled all the way back down to the 61.8. But guys, we're just going to look at the price movement of Bitcoin, but most importantly, we're going to look at the 4 altcoins that you need to buy exactly now. Because yes, we could expect this parabolic run towards the upside exactly as we saw after the third halving, exactly here where the price movement saw this major push towards the upside, and that is also dragging along all of the altcoins. And like I told you in the previous videos, that you need to buy all of these coins that we've been talking about, because only in the previous week we saw this major gains on all of these projects. So guys, if you want to find out more, and especially if you want to become profitable during this bull run, smash up the like button and subscribe, but most importantly, watch the video until the end. And now let's directly start with today's content, and welcome back to B4Crypto. Yes, we're going to start on the daily chart, because exactly as I predicted, we saw this dump exactly towards the 61.8, and we got this perfect bounce exactly on the 61.8, exactly the bottom of this major range that we've been talking about. Because yes, if we go on the weekly chart, each and every time we saw these pumps exactly from the bottom all the way up to the levels of 31,000 US dollars, we saw this correction all the way back down to the 61.8, this yellow box exactly here. And yes, this was the 20% correction all the way from the top all the way to the bottom. This was exactly 22% at this first major correction. But guys, then we saw this major pump towards the upside, and we came all the way up to the 49,000 US dollar level. Now we saw this correction, yes, once again all the way to the golden ratio in between the 61.8 and also the 50% level, exactly as the previous consolidation. And yes, this was a dump of 21%, and once again we saw this major push towards the upside all the way to a new all-time high exactly at the levels of 74,000 US dollars. And once again we saw this correction after this massive consolidation, and yes, we came down all the way back to the 13 moving average exactly on the halving day. Because if we're going to zoom in and we're going to delete this line, we can see, guys, we even came underneath the 13 moving average. And remember what happened the last consolidation? Yes, exactly here we saw this dump all the way to the 61.8, also underneath the 13 moving average, which was exactly the 61.8. And once again, guys, we saw the exact same scenario. And this bounce exactly from this level gives me the confirmation, yes, we're going to see this major bullish run breaking the previous all-time high. Yes, we could maybe expect the consolidation within this phase, or even a dump all the way back down into this level just to scare everybody out of the market, because this is exactly what the market tends to do. If there's blood in the streets, a lot of people sell, but actually you should be buying. So before we're going to go on the even lower time frames on the 4-hour chart to find out what is going to happen in the immediate short term, if you want to buy cryptocurrencies on the spot market or trade it on a leverage, sign up to these exchanges where you receive a major deposit bonus. So let's go on the 4-hour chart before we're going to look at the 4 altcoins that you definitely need to buy exactly now. And yes, on the 4-hour chart we saw this major dump all the way back down to the 60,000 US dollars. We got this bounce, and a lot of people thought that yes, we're going to see this pump even higher, but no, the market went even lower exactly towards this level. But guys, this is just a bullish indication that yes, here's a lot of buying pressure buying up all of these bitcoins, because remember, all of these major institutions like BlackRock, they're just buying the dip, and this is what we can see exactly here. And yes, we came all the way back up above the 100 moving average and also the 200 moving average, this red line exactly here. And yes, at the moment we are seeing this consolidation, and yes, we can see a lot of resistance exactly within this zone where the price movement saw this bounce all the way to these levels. So ultimately, guys, yes, here was a lot of support, so this line will act as major resistance. But guys, we need to focus on these ranges, because yes, on the daily chart I told you that Bitcoin is going to trade within this range above the all-time high and also the 61.8, and exactly that happened. And on the lower time frames, exactly the same scenario is going to happen, because yes, guys, ultimately if Bitcoin is going to hold this previous resistance as support and bounce off perfectly from the 200 and also 100 moving average, we could expect that Bitcoin is going to come all the way back up to the next major range, which is also going to be this major level from the symmetrical triangle that we broke towards the downside exactly here. So ultimately guys, this would be our first price target, the range of 68,000 US dollars. And clearly guys, if we're going to break this range, we're going to come to this downward sloping trend or even this major resistance box round about the 70,000 US dollars. So yes guys, after this consolidation or even maybe a second bounce and a lower high exactly here, I could expect that Bitcoin is going to see this major move up all the way to the previous all-time high. And yes guys, we're going to look at the price target if we're going to break out from the symmetrical triangles that we've been forming on the daily chart, because yes, ultimately guys, we're trading within this major range. And we can see that the price movement of Bitcoin is clearly forming these symmetrical triangles exactly here, or even this bullish flag that we're forming for Bitcoin. So yes guys, ultimately this range gives us the indication that we're going to see a major breakout towards the upside. So yes, we're going to take the measured price movement all the way from the all-time high all the way to the swing low. And yes, we're going to be conservative with this price movement, because yes, we broke the symmetrical triangle towards the downside, but I think this was just a major manipulation and a fake out before the breakout from the symmetrical triangle. So ultimately we can see the price movement of Bitcoin is back in the symmetrical triangle, and the measured price target, if we're going to drag it to the potential breakout, which I expect would be exactly here, we could see a price target for Bitcoin of yes 84,000 US dollars in the immediate short term that we could reach if we're going to break this major previous all-time high and this major move towards the upside. And yes guys, if we're going to take a measured move all the way from the current price movement all the way to the price target, this would be a move of 28%. But yes, even in the ultimate bullish case for Bitcoin, you could just make a 5x, but we're going to look at projects for coins that you definitely should hold in your portfolio that are going to give you even higher returns than this 28% in the immediate short term. And the first coin we're going to look at is Solana, because exactly here I told you to dollar cost average into Solana, like I also told you exactly in this buying zone round about the $82 level, where I told you to dollar cost average exactly here. And I also of course gave you this major entry point exactly at the $16 level. This was a major pump towards the upside of 700%. But ultimately guys, if we're going to see this major breakout for Solana on the weekly chart for Solana, we can perfectly see that we're in this major golden pocket at the 61.8, and we didn't break the previous all-time high yet. So ultimately guys, this could be a major opportunity to buy the dip before we're going to see this next major leg towards the upside. And talking about major leg towards the upside, yes guys, the driving factor in this bull run is going to be real world assets, and that's why I'm invested into Link, because yes, we can see the integration in a lot of projects on Chainlink when it comes to real world assets. And yes, we can see that the price movement came all the way back down to the 50, 100 and also 200 moving average exactly here, which is also this major previous bull market support from these levels. So yes guys, I could expect that we're going to see the bottom exactly here, and that this would be a great entry price to dollar cost average into Link before we're going to see this major leg up just even to 38.2 or even the 61.8, not even talking about the major targets that we could reach if we're going to break the previous all-time high. We're going to look at the measured moves exactly from this price movement from this major support box only up to the 38.2. This would be a pump of 54% in the immediate short term, or even the 61.8 of 129%. And yes, all the way to the bullish price target, this would be a pump of 449%. So ultimately guys, this would be a great investment to buy the dip on Link exactly at the levels of $15. And we're going to mark the spot exactly here, because yes, if you're going to subscribe to my channel, we're going to exactly analyze where we bought Link exactly here, because yes, mark my words, this is going to be a perfect area to dollar cost average into Link. So let's go over to the third coin, which is pyth. I gave it this call exactly here in my free Telegram group to dollar cost average into pyth, and we saw this major pump towards the upside of 218%, and now we saw this major cool off phase, and we came all the way back to previous resistance, broke this level, and we found perfect support within the zone, which happens to be the golden ratio from this major move. Yes, this is exactly the 61.8, and guys, ultimately we could expect this fast move towards upside. And if we're going to look at the measured move only from the current price all the way to the previous high, this would be a pump of 69%. But ultimately I could expect this major move for pyth, because this is only the beginning of a major bull run and used to extremely early, because yes, we saw the fourth halvening Because yes, like I mentioned in the previous video, this is exactly what happened after the third Bitcoin halving. We saw this major altcoin season and this major pump for all of the altcoins. And yes guys, I could expect the same scenario. We had the fourth halving, and ultimately guys, this is just the beginning of a major altcoin season. So yes, we're going to see a lot of coins make it easy 4 to 5x. And we're not even talking about the new projects which are going to be launched within the bull market, where we could easily see a 10 to even 100x. So yes guys, make sure to smash up the like button and subscribe, but most importantly guys, activate the bell so that you will stay up to date. But guys, we're still going to look at the fourth coin, which is also in a narrative that could see a major push within this bull run. And yes, we're talking about gaming, and we're going to look at avax, because avax is included in a lot of gaming projects. And yes, we only saw this pump all the way back up to the 38.2 Fibonacci retracement level, which is also the previous bull market support exactly here. So we could still expect this major push towards the upside. Yes, all the way to the previous all-time high. This would be a pump of nearly 300%, but guys, ultimately just towards the 61.8, which is the conservative price target, this would be a pump of 152% in the immediate short term, exactly from the current price movement. So ultimately guys, we could still expect a major push towards the upside, because remember, you're still extremely early. Well, we're going to look at the total 3 market cap, which only saw this major breakout towards the upside after the previous Bitcoin halving. And yes guys, you're exactly within this level. So dollar cost average into all of these coins, and if you want to buy all of these coins, go down in the video description below where you receive a major deposit bonus. And yes guys, we're going to look at some major projects, so make sure to smash up the like button and subscribe, and make sure to be for crypto, and we see each other in the next video.